So we are here on the corner of Hollywood and Vine. We're here the night before the primary here in California State. You've been working very hard helping to get Bernie elected. You gave that great speech at that rally in Long Beach. You've been a union activist, and you've been very much involved in the campaign, I think, even since 2016. So what was the main reason that first got you interested in supporting Bernie Sanders?
Well, I had an opportunity to talk to Bernie Sanders back in 2015, and I asked him a simple question. My question to him was, what did he thought about Wall Street? He told me, Carlos, Wall Street business model is fraud. He had me a hello,
Yeah.
literally.
He's right. It is. It's fraud. So, is that the first you had come across Bernie and his plans, or had you been following back when he was a congressperson or senator?
Yes, I mean I have known about him, but that was the first time that I actually had an opportunity to speak to him in person. And to me, it was important because I have been doing a lot of work during the housing crisis, the financial crisis. And for me to be able to hear from him directly, I needed to know whether I was going to support him or could just continue to do the same work. And like I say, he had me a hello. And from then on, I decided that I had to suspend the work that I was doing with the housing because really it was endless. We had too many people losing their homes. And I decided that I was going to organize behind Bernie Sanders, and I have not stopped since.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. So what do you think, as a union activist yourself, what do you say to these folks that are in unions where they are against Medicare for all? I'm also a union member. I think we should have Medicare for all because I think our union health plans are becoming bad. They're not as good as they used to be. And I also would like to see unions focus on collective bargaining, like getting better contracts and not have to worry about this healthcare stuff. But there seems to be a split in the movement where some unions are getting behind it and some are fighting it. So does your union support Medicare for all? Are they fighting it? And what are your thoughts about how we convince these other guys to come aboard our plan?
Well, what we have to see, first of all, is that the fact that any worker, any company can break. And then what do? You have no Medicare for all. You have no health care.
Yeah.
So we got to take a look at that. Now, some unions have an agenda because they already providing health care to some of their members, and that means that they are in business with the insurance companies. This is part of the reason why they don't want to let go. And at the end of the day, we need to remember that any of us can be without a job.
Yeah.
And then Cobra is not going to be able to do it.
Cobra's not going to do it. But does Anthem Blue Cross manage your union health plan?
No, well, they have different plans, but the thing is, again, this has a lot to do with, the negotiations that they have engaged with insurance companies. And to me, that is detrimental not only to the members, although they are providing services for the members, but we need to understand that we have a system that is not working for everybody. So the only people that are fighting Medicare for all are people that have insurance, that have health care. So how fair is that?
It also seems to fly in the face of what a union is, because the whole point of union is everybody and no one out, right? And to me, that means Medicare for all.
Right. And again, our strength comes in numbers. And when we don't have those numbers, when we have weakened unions, this is the leverage that we have is be able to have the numbers to get better contracts. So I think we've been fooling ourselves for a long time. And the fact is that a lot of the members are realizing that we need to step up the game. They're pressuring the union leaders to do the right thing.
I agree. So what do you think is going to happen tomorrow, Carlos? Do you think Bernie Sanders is going to win?
Well, definitely. I think tomorrow Latinos are going to come in big numbers. We're seeing that. Today I had the opportunity to debate one of the media persons for Bloomberg. And one of the things that they cannot hide is the fact that Bernie Sanders connects with people. I think we have connected with people up and down California. And I think that we're going to see that in the polls tomorrow.
It just got very loud out here on the street corner.
This is Hollywood. This is my hometown. I was raised here. Love it over here. And yes.
Exactly. So yeah, I do think I actually voted today, and I was very excited to see a very long line. It took 40 minutes for me to cast a vote.
Wow.
And so I think tomorrow is going to be an even longer line. But that's a good thing for Bernie. I think the longer the line is, that means there's more support for Bernie Sanders.
Right. I mean, people will have to come out. I think they're coming out. The good thing about this is that people already voted starting 11 days before the election. So we're going to see the numbers pile up real fast. But every poll is showing that Bernie's winning. I particularly don't go by polls. I go by what I'm feeling on the ground because I'm talking to voters. And everywhere that we went up and down California, we saw overwhelming support for Bernie Sanders, including some of the very conservative areas in California.
Yeah, all right. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but I think you're right. Thanks for talking with us, Carlos.
Thank you. Thank you.